Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are preparing to purge the galaxy. I know I've been saying that for a very long time, but we've had a very long list of events that have delayed those actions. First, the war with these guys, and then after that we had the whole L-Gate kerfuffle, and then after that these guys rose up, and then we had the endgame crisis, but that didn't actually end up doing anything. However, we need to keep in mind that we still have a price to pay for the action that we chose with the Shroud a while back. The question is, will that end up actually doing anything? I don't know. We'll find out. So for right now, I think we're just going to go ahead and grab... these are all pretty expensive. Which of these do we want? And actually, the reason it's pretty expensive... Wow, look at that Empire Sprawl. How did this happen? I just loaded up the game. I don't recall it being this bad on the Empire Sprawl. Can we do an edict to help with that? Because we probably should if we can. Let's see... Is there an edict for this? Extended shifts, fleet supremacy, nutritional plentitude. I'm not sure that there is. But there probably should be. I feel like there should be. Desperate measures, hearts and minds. Apparently not. Okay, well, we're going to have to work on our Empire Sprawl for a little bit then. That is fine, of course. We're currently putting in a Hall of Judgment here. That is completely fine. We could replace this alloy nano plant with an admin office. And that's something that we probably should do anyway. And we could have one of these habitats. Instead of being a refinery station, we could have this, in theory, be a bureaucratic center. That's an option. Of course, we're not going to have any bureaucrats there just yet. But if that's the case, we should definitely grab this admin cap upgrade. 100%. This is going to be slowing down our research tremendously. Like, we need to deal with this. Fortify the border. Edict capacity. That's what's doing it. Okay, I honestly didn't even realize there was an edict capacity. Our edict capacity is currently 1. And we have 3 out, but we definitely have more than that. Apparently, these here don't count towards the edict cap, I'm guessing. However, the influence ones do. Kind of odd. Okay, well, lesson learned. We'll deal with it. That will be absolutely fine. I've never even run into that before. A silent congregation. We've received accounts of unusual behavior exhibited by robotic units on Mufford Prime. At unpredictable intervals, a number of our planet-side robots will cease all assigned functions and begin moving to a seemingly randomly determined location in complete synchronicity, timed down to the millisecond. During these bizarre congregations, the affected robots do not appear to engage in any observable form of communication or data transfer. They just stand there, completely still, standing. Or staring, rather. Investigation has been unable to determine a reason behind this recent phenomenon. The duration for which the robots remain in this trance-like state before resuming normal functions varies, as does their time of triggering and destination. No logical correlation or causation has been found, and our population is understandably distressed by these eerie gatherings. Well, we're not supposed to have robots anyway. Have them scrapped. Excellent. Okay, this mining world here requires housing and a job. That is, of course, something that a planetary capital would deal with, at least temporarily. Sounds good. We need a job on this refinery world, and we're going to go up to alloy megaforges. This is still going to be insufficient jobs. That's always going to be the case, of course, on a refinery world. It's going to struggle to have jobs. We can move pops if necessary. We're making plenty of energy credits for that, so I'm not too concerned. Let's see. A specialist job, and it's a Bavi, so it'll get dealt with a chamber of elevation soon enough. Let's grab... These are all kind of ludicrously expensive because of our admin cap. Let's just grab something kind of at random for right now. And that should do absolutely fine. Let's go through our bastions real quick, make sure that we have all of those as queued up as possible, and we do not. Let's see, we need 2 ion cannons, and roughly 1,000,000 defense platforms. Excellent. The Mega Art installation site has been finished. We'll deal with that in a moment. I want to finish going through these real quick. We need an ion cannon and a few defense platforms. Okay, we're definitely not going to have enough alloys to get through all of these, but that's okay. We are on Brillisir Station. Sounds good. So the Mega Art installation has, of course, been completed, which I believe is this guy, right? Yes, that is this guy. We need 15,000 to upgrade that. For right now, I think we're going to move up over here and begin construction as soon as we can on a habitat, but that's going to require a month tick here. We're a bit alloy short right now. That's to be expected. So let's just let that month tick happen, and let's go ahead and get a habitat underway here. Fantastic. Okay, we're on Brillisir Station. We can grab another defense platform here. That's all well and good, and we're just going to have to wait for month ticks to get these last couple of bastions fully queued up here. Okay, so that's Brillisir done. There's only 2 left. So we need what, like 5, 7, probably like 7 or 8,000 alloys to get these 2 done. But we're on Mestros. Anything else in here to be done? No, absolutely not. Sounds great. Energy weapon attack speed, sure. I mean, our admin cap is making this very difficult for us, of course. Volatile motes we're currently short on. So that is, of course, something to note. Let's head back up to Mestros here, grab our ion cannon, now that we can, and we can also queue up a couple of defense platforms. We're going to need more than this. But with our next month tick, we'll be able to queue up 3 more. Which is right now. Technically, that was only 2 because we are at our defensive platform max capacity. So all that we need now is Semesta Station. So that is great. That's going to really cut down on our relic expenditure. On our alloy expenditure. We could run the Cybrix Warforge. I really don't think it's super worthwhile right now. I really, really don't. Like, I think this is perfectly fine as is. So that'll be fine. We'll head into Semesta Station, and with this month tick, we'll be able to grab this ion cannon. Fantastic. We'll also be able to grab a couple of defense platforms. We're going to have to wait for another month tick to queue up any more, though. Which will be fine. I'm not too concerned about that. We do have some work to be done on our worlds, looks like. But we need to handle this Empire Sprawl. I mean, really, that's kind of going to handle itself, right? Because once our edicts go away... That said, when are these edicts going to go away? Could we cancel these earlier? This is just society research speed. Okay. But what if we were to do, say... I mean, I want forge and research subsidies. What if we were to, say, drop Fortify the Border? That would drop our starbase capacity by 2, and reduce our Empire Sprawl from systems by 10%, in addition to reducing our Empire Sprawl impact because of being over the edict capacity. Yes. Let's drop this. This is no longer necessary anyway. We're not upgrading any more starbases. Our starbase capacity is already 2 above our current starbase count, so this is absolutely fine. We'll bring that down. That will boost up our Empire Sprawl, or bring it down, specifically, by a decent chunk. And then, when do these expire? I wish this tooltip said. Maybe it says in our government modifiers, which is here. Let's see here. It appears to not say. Okay, fantastic. Well, that's interesting. This tech world requires a building, and of course, it will be, naturally, a research lab. Excellent. This bureaucratic center, I would like to actually move some pops over to. We definitely need to get some bureaucrat jobs here, so we'll get that up. That's going to be plus 5 jobs, which means that we should resettle some pops here over to the Orthama habitat. This one here. Specifically, I want to send over 4 unemployed specialists. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to send over 3 unemployed workers. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. That, of course, doesn't affect our housing here. However, we do have a building slot that we can put in. And naturally, we're going to put in an admin office. We're also going to upgrade to a habitat central control. I'm not going to bother upgrading the chamber of elevation, though. Excellent. That'll get us some progress on that front. Okay. Zeober Prime here, we have 3 unemployment, and that's likely going to remain. We're going to move those also over to our bureaucrat world here. Or, oh, these are robots. Not helpful. Okay, we're instead going to move these robots over to our agricultural ring world here. I do see that we have some specialist unemployment. These are robotic servants, so we're just going to bring them right on over and put them directly to work as farmers. Excellent. On our research ring world, we have a luxury residence. That is perfectly fine. We are definitely in need of jobs. However, we have to consider as we upgrade these will have a lot of jobs in these buildings. So we should probably do... I haven't done the math here. Let's see, this is 4 housing plus an additional 7. So these are 11 housing. This is currently 2 jobs plus for research complexes, that brings it to 7. And if we go to these tech worlds and see the top level, that'll add an additional 8 jobs. Okay. That's a lot of jobs. That is a whole lot of jobs. 15 to be precise. So what we need probably is, let's see here. If I pull up a calculator, let me switch over to display capture so that the calculator can be shown. Excellent. So we know that these are going to be worth 15 jobs each, right? So that's going to be 45. This is going to be 11. So the question is, how many luxury residences per research lab do we need? Because these research segments have an equal amount of housing and jobs. So 15, so it should be what? 11, or 15, that's 48. Fingers are in the wrong position. 15 divided by 11 is, we should have 1.36 luxury residences per research lab. Okay, so we have currently 3 research labs, so we multiply that by 3, which means that we should, in theory, have 4.09 luxury residences. So we're definitely going to need a luxury residence here. Excellent. Let me go ahead and switch off of display capture here. There we go. Wonderful. Well, there's that knowledge underway. 1.36 per. Okay. So that means that essentially for every, well, like I said, for every 3 research labs, we need 4 luxury residences to provide the housing. That does not take into account, however, housing from the planetary administration, which currently gives plus 6 and will, when we upgrade, give plus 9. So that is definitely something to consider. We'll continue calculating that once we get a little bit further along. This commercial ring world here doesn't quite have the population to put in the stock exchange, so instead we will simply put in the commercial zone. Fantastic. Over here, we are definitely going to want a hydroponics farm. Although, this is going to be, I think, pretty overkill on producing food. We'll see as we continue building habitats, I suppose. This tech world here is getting close to getting a research institute, but we're not quite there yet, so we're going to go for a research lab instead. We're currently at 5.3k alloys, which of course means we cannot currently work on our mega art installation. Not quite yet. That's fine. 108 days on our science nexus. That is good. And are we currently constructing our interstellar assembly site? Yes, we are. We're 91% done there. So we're going to need a lot more alloys. There's some admin cap. That's good. We're going to want additional admin cap because that will greatly accelerate our research speed, not being over our admin cap. As we can see right now, our current Empire Sprawl being over our admin cap is giving us an 82.55% increase to technology cost. It's almost doubling. So that is a little bonkers, and I would prefer to not be having that, thank you very much. This mining world, however, does currently require a structure, and we are negative on volatile motes, so I would actually like to put in a chemical plant. Sounds great. Kinetic weapon damage has finished up. Let's grab whichever is cheapest, honestly. We'll grab that one. Excellent. This factory station is not ultimately going to be a factory station. We should probably have this one also be a bureaucratic center, honestly. We'll put in a chamber of elevation for now, though. Excellent. This forge world needs jobs. Easy enough. That was a Cyto Revitalization Center. I wanted an alloy mega forge. That will keep us negative on volatile motes, so that is definitely something to consider. Science Nexus Hub, we'll hold off on you. We'll upgrade this to civilian fabricators for now. Okay. The Science Nexus Central Hub is now in place, equipped with a state-of-the-art singularity reactor. Our engineers are preparing to add the next most challenging segment of the facility, the 4 research wings. They'll be fitted with pioneering technology able to withstand everything from violent heat to intense pressure waves and alien pathogens. They'll also provide housing for our mini researchers. We've come a long way. Okay, so that is another 15,000 alloys that we are going to need. Fine. That is something we should probably consider prioritizing. And to that end, the question is... Hold up on that. The question is, do we want to buy in 10,000 alloys for 5,000 minerals via running the Warforge? Just to get that going faster. It's certainly economical to do it that way. The only concern is the influence level, but we are gaining 10 influence per month. I think we do it. So we're going to go ahead and run the Cybrex Warforge, which will allow us to choose, currently, between the Mega Art Installation Site or the Science Nexus. And the Science Nexus is the obvious choice. So we'll get started on that. One of our orbital mining stations appears to have suffered a major systems malfunction. Sector Management launched an on-site investigation when the station crew failed to answer scheduled hails, despite a notable increase in mining output. Upon investigation, it became apparent our station's life support systems underwent a cascade of terminal failures, resulting in the death of all crew members by suffocation. Incredibly, the station's AI has been continuing operations unmanned, based on procedures established by the crew members prior to their untimely demise. With a few minor adjustments, the effectivity of this now automated station could be maintained. It's energy credits. I kind of don't care about that. We'll not leave the station unmanned. I'm sure that the AI will probably kill them off as well. But we'll see. We will see what happens there. The agriculture ring world here is, of course, in need of specialist jobs. They will be handled, though, once the Chamber of Elevation finishes up here. Or they'll get demoted, one or the other. When are they going to get demoted? 200 days, 600 days, I think we just leave that be. Excellent. Aja Chalice currently has some unemployment going on. Now, one thing we could do is we could halt planetary growth here, but that would, I think, slow us down because we are able to move them around, right? So I would like to move them to, let's see here, what was the second bureaucratic center that we set up? Actually, we can just send them to the first bureaucratic center. It doesn't really matter. Orthama Habitat will send this guy right on over, and we'll send this guy right on over to the Orthama Habitat. That does allow us to construct another building here, and we will put in an admin office, upgrade that to an administrative park as well. Fantastic. Now, one thing I want to check is how are we actually doing on amenities here? We're doing pretty well. That said, I think a lot of it is because of our entertainer jobs here. The Leisure District does provide 3 housing and 2 entertainer jobs. Now, if we look at those entertainer jobs, which is, I believe, this one, each one is outputting 10 amenities. Okay. Yeah, that's outputting 10 amenities. In theory, we can probably switch that over, but for right now, I'm going to leave it as is until we start running into a housing shortage. And then we'll reevaluate. Sounds good to me. Okay, so we are currently at 5.9k alloys. I'm actually kind of interested in buying in 2.5k of those. Yes, that is mega expensive. But I want to be able to get our mega art installation going mega quickly. So that's just going to be within like 6 months that we're going to be able to get that online. This mining world is currently... Yeah, I'm not surprised. We'll get back to that. This mining world is currently lacking a building slot. Now, I'd love to put in a chemical plant here. And I feel like that's probably our best bet. Just checking to see if there's anything else. We are at +1 nanites. If we didn't want to activate nanite edicts, we could theoretically run a nanite transmuter here. But I think having 1 income of nanites for activating that is worthwhile. So we're going to just grab a chemical plant so that we are building additional volatile motes. Shortly after a replacement crew was dispatched to Haribus, sector management lost all contact with the mining station. Evidently, the station was rocked by a series of rapid depressurizations, leading to an explosive decompression of exposed fuel lines. Analysis of the orbital wreckage suggests the replacement crew initiated several aborted attempts at retrieving station control from the onboard AI just prior to the unexpected depressurization. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So where was that? That was here. Fine. I think that will be absolutely no problem. Let's just jump drive this construction ship straight over to here. It's a left click. On the system. There we go. I keep forgetting that. Over we go. And we are going to just hop right on over and begin construction of that mining station. Fantastic. No real problem there. We are losing consumer goods right now. It's to be expected, to be fair. Let's see. We are currently at... These are necrophyte jobs. Okay. Noted. Ministry of Production, gas extraction well. Yeah, that seems okay. I'm not actually concerned about this, so we can just cut this sell order entirely. There we go. We'll see what that does to our energy credits. But for right now, let's go ahead and grab energy weapon damage. Wonderful. On this next month tick, we'll see how that affects it. Oh, this is fine. Okay. So that'll keep us afloat on consumer goods for a little while. So that is ideal. These administrative parks will be finishing up soon enough. I'm not going to upgrade this one just yet. That does cost rare crystals to maintain. So this will be absolutely fine. Mestros is building a chemical plant. That's perfect. And yeah, we're starting to see the downgrades of these specialists, which is completely fine. Excellent. So very, very soon now, we will start thinking about getting aggressive, but currently our alloys are earmarked for mega installations like this one. Let's get that underway now that we have enough. And of course, our science nexus is underway as well. Do we have a third megastructure that we're constructing right now? Oh yeah, the interstellar assembly site. Yeah, this guy. I do want to get this underway as well. I'd like to do it this episode. It's getting a little late in the episode, but I would love to do it this episode. That said, these prices are pretty high. That's additional admin cap there. And we do still need additional admin cap, so we'll continue working on that for right now. Minerals from jobs would not necessarily be the worst. That said, planetary build speed is actually the cheapest here, so we'll grab that for now. This Forge World does need... Can we get a Ministry of Production on here? No, I don't think so. It's only 35. Our habitat here finished up. Yes, that is correct. A Ministry of Production requires a capital, right? Yes. Yes, it does. So in that case, we will of course put in an alloy foundry. Now, this up here is now ready to be colonized. And so we shall. Excellent. I would love to begin construction on another habitat. However, I feel like we need the alloys because I want to get this going ASAP. However, while we're waiting on that, I will say it is technically time to put a cut in here. So I am going to go ahead and do that. Okay, they have built a sensor array. Fine. It is time to put a cut in here, so I am going to go ahead and do that just as soon as we get this done. While we're waiting, I will say, you can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and we only need 400 alloys. Technically like 324 alloys. Will to Power just expired. And that is, of course, +5 influence. We're going to accept taking that again. I have no problem with that. That doesn't count toward our edict cap. And we are in need of the influence, for sure. Okay, we now have enough alloys to get this going. So there we go, and I will see you all next time.